Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to WWE Backlash recap video. Appreciate everybody tuning in, checking out my little, like I said, Backlash recap. At first, let me go ahead and send condolences to the family and friends of Sabu. Me, myself, but like a lot of people, big fans of Sabu back in the day. Uh, Read about him in magazines and stuff like that before I got to see him. And And 2 was definitely ahead of his time, should have been made millions. I'm pretty sure you done heard us all before. I'll talk more about Sabu come this Thursday's spot show live stream, so tune into that. So let's get to the program at hand now. This year's Backlash 2025 that took place at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, me personally, I lower my expectations for these kind of pay-per-views, the Backlash and the Fastlane pay-per-views. I know they're pretty much gonna be glorified Raws, SmackDowns, in my opinion. That's what I always felt like that's what they were doing. Uh, Usually I say my expectations high for the WrestleManias, the Royal Rumble, SummerSlams, things things of that nature. So, with that being said, wasn't a bad pay-per-view, but I wasn't really expecting too much. I think the matches was pretty solid, and we did get the kind of a holy crap moment, and that was the first match, which is I'll talk about first is the four-way match for the United States Heavyweight Championship. Jacob Fatu took on Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight, and let's just say, man, they really do dig themselves some Jacob Fatu. LA Knight gets an early shine, getting all his signature moves in. Actually, it was a Knight and Priest to form a temporary partnership trying to take out Jacob Fatu. Then, of course, they went at it with each other. Then Drew got his stuff in. Pretty much everybody got their uh, moves in. We got the spot where everybody nailed their finishers. Um, then, we- then we got the Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre on LA Knight. Looked like he was about to steal one here, but it was Damian Priest who pulled the referee out. They started fighting out into the crowd. They pretty much took themselves out when Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven choke slam from the production box to the tables. That left LA Knight and Jacob Fatu by themselves. So, like, LA Knight was going to go for a move from the apron to the table, but Solo Sikoa came in and moved him out of the way when LA Knight tried to intervene. This was the holy crap moment. Jeff Cobb came out of nowhere, attacked LA Knight, pretty much took him out of commission, threw him back in the ring. Jacob Fatu was like, didn't really understand what was going on here, but he decided to go ahead and instead of focus on that, focus on the job at hand that was keeping the United States Championship. He hit LA Knight with the hip attack and the triple jump moonsault, or the best moonsault ever. Some people call it different things, but he hit his move. One, two, three. Check up Fatu is still your United States champion, and got a new person in. Like Michael Cole said, he is probably one of sought after free agents right now, and that was Jeff Cobb. Seen Jeff Cobb in Independence. Not a bad performer from what I've seen. I haven't seen him in a while. I think I seen him in one AEW episode and didn't really didn't really, I guess because of the match he was in, didn't really shine too much in that one, but, uh, pretty good, uh, pretty good pickup by the WWE in my opinion. Alright, next up, we got ladies actions for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It was Becky Lynch challenging Lyra Valkyria for that championship. Uh, Becky Lynch, don't call me uh, Becky Hogan, brother. Gets little shining early. Lyra would come back, hit a couple versions of the surfboard. Becky, of course, the veteran, throws Lyra off the top rope and starts beating on and getting an advantage in the match. Lyra will get her comebacks. Um, they would actually she would hit a drop kick from the top rope, but catches Becky's knees when trying to deliver a moonsault. They would trade submission holds. Lynch tried a manhandle slam for two. Lynch grabbed a chair from the timekeeper's area and looked like she was uh, going to hit Lyra Valkyria with a chair, but the referee intervened, and that kind of gave Becky Lynch the opportunity to undo that turnbuckle. Uh, but that would play a part in the match too when looked like Becky was trying to run Lyra in the turnbuckle. Referee seen the turnbuckle pad was off, so she stopped her when it got bad. Lyra hit the Nightwing, but referee was, occupied putting a pad on. Only got a 2 count from that. In the end, they would kind of just exchange cradles with Lyra Valkyrie getting the cradle on uh, Becky Lynch, keeping her Intercontinental title. But even though she won the match, Becky was not happy about it at all. Would attack uh, Becky Lynch or attack Lyra after the match, put her in the disarmor until the officials came out and broke it up. Uh, so it looks like this match or this feud will continue a little longer. Wouldn't mind seeing them two go at it again. This was, like I said, it was a pretty good match. Wouldn't say it was best ladies match I've seen in a while, but uh, that was pretty good nevertheless. Speaking of good matches, man, Penta challenging Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Um, like I said, some back and forth offense to begin things with. Everybody kind of getting their stuff in the beginning, but um, Dominic will come back. Would come back, get a big portion of the match, getting a lot of heat in this match. Of course, a lot of back and forth during this melee. Carlito would appear ringside, soon followed by Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Look like Finn Balor is going to hit Penta with a chair, but the ref seen it, kicked them all out. Finn was actually able to distract the referee some more. That would give the opportunity for the appearance of El Grande Americano. Delivers that lethal headbutt to Penta. This will allow Dominic Mysterio to hit the frog splash, score the 1, 2, 3, and keeping the Intercontinental Championship. All right, next matchup was poor Pat McAfee going against a very angry Gunther. Uh, uh, Gunther started things with a headlock throw, and then Gunther did a arm like an arm twist. Then Pat rolls and kips up out of that. He hit some forearms, and Gunther would uh, come in with the chops. Pat McAfee came alive a couple of times with some chops of his own, but and some punt kicks. But Gunther was just way too much in this match. Gunther having a back in the Boston Crab, Michael Cole being his annoying self, cheerleading Pat McAfee, along with begging Gunther to end the match. Michael Cole would also kind of interfere in this match too. Uh, Gunther had Pat McAfee in a suplex, but Michael Cole tripped Gunther for a 2 count, and Gunther would pull him in the ring. Uh, this was the last chance for Pat McAfee to get anything in, but uh, like I said, Gunther was a little too much. We wind up slapping on that sleeper hold, and Pat McAfee passed out. Um, Gunther gave him a little nod there, a little bow there, saying, "Hey, for a commentator, ex-football punter, not too bad." Like I said, this match really wasn't that bad either. Um, I mean, you can tell if you was watching this match, Gunther was calling this match, you know, from the get go, and calling a pretty good match in this. in this situation. I'll spit it out in a minute. But um, like I said, not bad for the participant, or at least one of the participants. When you got a pro like Gunther in there, like I said, Gunther at this point in his career and pretty much have a match with anybody. Of course, that's my opinion. And this will lead to our main event of the night. Randy Orton tries to win a, I think it'd be number 15 uh, WWE Championship against John Cena, who's, hey, he's got number 17. He's the GOAT and all that good stuff. Uh, Crowd, of course, being in St. Louis and his hometown, firmly behind Randy Orton. These two old dolls, how they going to start things out? Well, they start poking each other in the eyes. Uh, John Cena would do an eye poke to Orton. Orton returned the favor. Um, then they would kind of go at it, start throwing hands a little bit. Randy Orton was like, you know what? The 10 punches of doom will not do. So he went for the 20 punches of doom in the corner. Um, John Cena would come back again. They would change sleeper holds. Then uh, John Cena would hit his flying shoulder blocks. Of course, then Randy Orton hit his signature moves. Uh, Cena would hit an AA for two. And this is where it kind of loses me a little bit. The crowd seemed to still dig it, but it kind of loses me. I really don't like. I've said this plenty of times. I hate it when they got to use like their finishers like 15 times in the match. But this kind of continued for a bit. Get a ref bump here, um, and then John Cena would get an AA for another no count, really, because there wasn't no referee to count. Then the match went outside after the ref bump number two. Randy Orton will actually hit that attitude adjustment on John Cena on the commentator's table, then in a regular fold-in table. Takes a drink of Prime. Didn't seem to like it. Don't blame him. I'm not big on it. I like Monster, a couple of Monster flavors myself, but haven't tried Prime yet. Another ref would arrive, but it was a little too late. Then that referee got bumped around, and then and when that referee got bumped around, Randy Orton hit John Cena again with an RKO, and instead of sending out another referee, the agents along with Nick Aldis came out, and of course this pissed off Randy Orton, so everybody got RKO'd. Uh, Randy Orton was going for the punt kick, but R-Truth, John Cena's biggest fan, came in and stopped him from doing it. Of course, this caused Randy Orton to kind of snap again, and of course, poor R-Truth got RKO'd. And as uh, Randy Orton was kind of chastising R-Truth on the outside, John Cena took this opportunity to hit Randy Orton in the Webos. Then with the title belt, 1, 2, 3, your winner and still undisputed champion, John Cena. Like I said, it wasn't a bad review. No title changes, not upset about that. We did get an old holy crap moment, got to see the debut of Jeff Cobb, but for what it was, I thought it was pretty decent. The matches were solid. And that's the only thing I could really um, hang my hat on. Like I said, low expectations. Wasn't expecting this to be like a WrestleMania level, SummerSlam level or premium live event, excuse me. But still solid. Guess I'm a little different from everybody else, but like I said, the match was solid and all that stuff. But probably talk more about this come Thursday's Spot Show live stream. So tune in to that. Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now, don't forget to click the notification bell as well so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.